Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Monday to join me. I hope that you all are doing really well. You feel me? You're on the grind, you just started your work week, whatever it is, whatever you're doing in life. I hope that at some point you do nothing and you find that that's actually when you're the most content and happy. Don't lie, I'm telling you the truth. And so my entire life is dedicated to that cause. I appreciate you watching my channel. I can't say it enough. And tonight I want to actually do something that I don't typically do, right? So, I do after all have close to 920 original made videos just below you here that I want, the world to check out. It's an awful, it's an awfully difficult task to get, like a ton of views on a lot of videos. I mean, ask the king of YouTube himself. It's actually a lot easier to make a really good video, at least every once in a while, and have that video have more views than all of my 900 videos combined. But I do, just want to say that, like, it's been a fun past 10 months or so, and I've basically had the opportunity to vlog every single night in that time. So, again, I'm trying to sell the channel here. It's a shameless little plug. There's not a person in the world that would ever endorse this channel in their right mind. And, it's for a lot of different reasons. I mean, probably the biggest of which is you're still listening to me talk. And I'm just sitting here, in my bedroom on my bed, doing absolutely nothing and loving every moment of it. So, I guess other than talking to y'all. So let's get into it. I want to talk about how the 90s were, like, probably the best decade that I've been a part of so far. And, I say, and I had prefaced with all of the things that I did because I don't typically, like, go down, I'm a middle aged millennial trying to go on some nostalgic vibes as it concerns an entire decade. But I do want to get into this impromptu talk. And obviously, I say impromptu because, like, for the past 10 minutes or so, I've been thinking about what I wanted to talk about. So I guess I'm kind of cheating in that way. But there is no script to this show. That's how it currently is. And I can promise you that from here till forevermore, until this old man gets even older into the future, I will be gracing your device. And it's an exciting thing for me because you know what I want to do in life, and it's kind of scary when you know what you want to do in life finally, and you've been so terribly successful at being a failure at your own detriment your entire life. So yeah, welcome to Vlogs About Nothing, where I have 30-second sidebars on things that I guess other people may not have, and maybe that's kind of why I am so shameless. And so the 90s are, again, at the risk of making me look like an old man, right? Because I'm like the guy that when I was growing up always heard that, from somebody, from a boomer. Every boomer enjoyed the 60s. At least the coolest of the boomers, right? I would hear them as like children, as like a child, right? I guess I'm not more than one person. As a child, I would hear them and they'd talk about things, I guess most of them are hippies that I knew. I went to a high school here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I guess in retrospect, there were a lot of progressive teachers there. There were a couple of conservative people there, absolutely. Like, there was some um like difference there in like opinion and stuff, but at the school at its whole was actually pretty progressive as it concerned it was just basically a bunch of old white people that were like hippies at some point because you'd hear them talk about the 60s in a good way and stuff. Anyways, so yeah, I'm that person now 40 years later doing the exact same thing. But the 90s, every M was better. I want you to follow me here. So if your name is Michael, it's unfortunate that you weren't around in the 90s. And if you were around in the 90s and your name is Michael, then, you, my friend, are sharing amongst the title for best M name in the entire decade. And so far as it's been since, right? Because Michael Jordan, come on now. Part of the 90s was growing up at some point knowing or hearing or watching a clip of Michael Jordan. This is not just an American thing. This is a worldwide thing. Michael Jordan is an international megastar. If there's one person that like a 3-year-old would recognize that you'd absolutely have no idea, I mean, it'd be Michael Jordan and McDonald's. And ironically enough, Michael Jordan was the first athlete and first personality to ever be featured as the sponsor, getting an endorsement from McDonald's. I still seek out those Happy Meal toys, and I know that a bunch of millennials do out there as well too, right? So again, if your name was Michael in the 90s, I think that's great. Another M that was better. I mean, movies were obviously a lot better, I think. They were, I mean, in retrospect now, kind of cringe. The rom-com era was at its peak, obviously. Action-packed thrillers that all basically had the same storyline and the same characters were very prevalent amongst movie goers options as consumption. I mean, nowadays we have YouTube. I mean, we literally entertain ourselves with our own stuff, and that goes in all different types of ways. So that's literally what we do. Interesting sidebar too. Your phone is by far the dirtiest thing that you could possibly imagine. Clean your phone. I think that's gonna be our thing now on the channel. Is like there's people that have their thing, they're like drink water or whatever. I'm gonna like advocate for sanitizing your phone because your phone is infested with germs and bacteria that you would not believe. All of which, including, is an incredible amount. And usually I'm not for you know, defecating humor, like, right, but like, you'd be surprised, Google it, on how much fecal matter is on your screen right now. I'm just saying, I'm not making that up, so Google it. And then, figure it out for yourself. Know that I'm not crazy when I say clean your phone. Okay, at any rate, movies were better, right? We just went through that. I think that's kind of, like, if you've seen a movie from the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's even better. I feel like movies from the 80s were still a little, like, grainy and fuzzy, and the storytelling was still a little too based in systemic racism and institutional and existential, crises, plural, as it concerns their symbolism and as it translated to a majority white population instead of, like as it moved into the 80s, more of like an immersive kind of thing for all people to give money to because money's the same color and it transcends race. If only we ever gave it out so equally, I think we'd even have a better and more fair chance at a good life. But so another M in the 90s that was good, phonetically speaking, in a way, is Eminem. I mean, Eminem to this day is one of my favorite rappers, never gonna hate, but Infinite is probably the best rap album ever. And it was a demo, I think. It was his first ever LP. LP. That wasn't an LP, it was a mixtape. A mixtape. And I still, because these words weren't yet really used in that pejorative sense, it was just like some songs that he was trying to put together to like have an album, and he loosely made it, from my understanding, Infinite. And again, not the one that they've gone back and remastered and so forth, but you're looking at a kid, you're looking at a middle-aged man here who had Infinite on an audio cassette tape and was listening to said tape in 1998. I am an old man talking about why the 90s were the best decade in my memory. And, so just to put that into perspective, right? I was born in 1987, which would have made me 13 in the year 2000. So, I mean, what kind of people were you guys when you were 13? You feel me? I mean, I was literally a teenager at the beginning of the dawn of the free internet age as it concerned, everyone using it and all these other things. So I just feel like another M that was better in the 90s, and this is kind of a dark joke, but hey, there's no place we don't go here, is my grandma. And I say that because, well, she'd have no comparison to now because she's like unalive. You feel me? Which is that part of the dark joke now, and I miss her so much. You feel me? And every time I break down because I love that woman. In the 90s, my grandma and I would go to bingo every single Friday night, without question. It was my church. I also attended church, ironically, But anyways, the thing is those were the best times of my life. Like just chilling with my grandma. You feel me? And she was healthy. She was younger. She was, an incredible woman, and I miss her every day. I love you, Grandma, so much. You feel me? There's a lot of cool things that have the potential of happening to me, as it concerns like my entire life, and I, wish I could thank her, So that's where that dark joke comes in. But hey, I really appreciate you guys being here with me. I'm just kind of a vicarious lens into a life of mundane, wanting to achieve nothing kind of a guy's, thing that I got going on here. And I really do appreciate you. I understand that I sit here for a certain amount of time every single night and talk about nothing. I try to warn people about that and so forth. So again, it's definitely an interesting thing. And as this channel grows, I just want you guys to know that, like, your boy here is unwilling and uncompromising to change as it concerns, some of the, like, firm ideological principles and doctrines that are irrefutable so far as I'm concerned. Basic human rights, the right to choose to do what you want with your own body and so forth, and to discuss things that explore aspects of the truth that we may or may not be willing to talk about unless it's in any other kind of a way, except for humor and the lack of, really actually trying to be any type of way other than presenting and being kind of, as so far as I'm concerned, as factual as I can be. Again, friendly reminder, I'm not fact checking stuff here. I do my best, and I always say that, right? There is no script. There's nothing at all like that. Obviously, there's a transcript to every video that AI auto generates here on YouTube that you can absolutely watch or look at, or if you're ever curious as to what words I'm exactly saying. But regardless, I hope that you guys are well. Understand too that hopefully I'll get a better phone here soon and some better camera equipment. But like for the last 2 months, you guys have been rocking with me in this way, and it's still one of those things where I'm like, all right, I appreciate that, and I do. So my name is Albert. This was Vlogs About Nothing. I hope that you guys have a really good night. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.